Hello everybody, and welcome back to our first look at Dorfromantik. Thank you so much for being here. I really do appreciate it. It has been 24 long hours since I recorded episode 1, and I've been itching to get back into this game and see where our world takes us. So let's not waste any time, and let's get right into it. As you may remember, our very next tile that was ready to go is this completely blank tile. And I was thinking a little bit about where to put it. And at first I was considering putting it right here. But then I noticed that we actually have a spot here where we can actually line up 3 sides. And so I thought, you know what? Let's put it right there. And then our next tile that we see coming along here, I'm going to take a look here at some of our options. I really do think it's pretty important if you want to achieve rather large scores and continue to get into the game and continue to make your tiles up, is to take a good look at trying to make those perfect tiles. You're not going to make everything. You can't obsess over it. I'm not saying that, but definitely I think it's definitely worth taking the time to figure out how you can make as many as possible just to keep that tile count as good as you possibly can. So with that said, I've got a bit of a tricky one here. So what are you going to do, right? That doesn't really line up with much at all over there. You know what? I feel like maybe there's a decent argument to be made to going off on longer tangents. Instead of trying to cram things in and fill stuff in, be okay with having holes left behind and to just keep going. So maybe we just try something like that. Just put that right there. Over here. Now this is an interesting one because we can continue. This actually will block off this. We don't want to do that at all. Over here, we want to find a way to continue our forest. And this would actually give us a couple of different tiles lined up, tree and farm. And then we're just going to need a specific tile to connect this at some point. The other option would be just to do this. Wait a minute. Oh, this is a... Oh, wait, no, it's the farm is actually... Okay, no, wait, just a second. Okay, so we want to go like this. And we're going to need to create a farm off of this. That's what's going to happen. Let's go there. I just noticed that this is actually a 24, or not 23. So we're going to want to make this farm all kind of connect up here a little bit and stuff like that. Over here, we have our village. And we have a nice little village piece here that we can get going. It's got these little trees here that are kind of going to be a pain unless we to do something like this. Maybe we go like that. Keep giving ourselves the options, and we have another one here now. No trees there, so we don't want to do that yet. I like this. Let's go like that. Next up, we got some farms. What do we got here? We've got some housing, but it's interesting because it's got a lot of... Actually, you know what? We've got... That's gonna do a couple things, and it can spread that out that way. But I'm trying to... I don't know. I don't want to be obsessive over whether or not... Oh, there's a good match actually. I don't want to be obsessive over making perfect tiles, but I do think it's pretty important to keep an eye out for. So I do want to keep an eye on that kind of thing. We've got some tracks here, and we do want to get this track kind of turned around. I don't really like that. I'll go here. We want to try and get this track kind of on a I guess we'll call them tangents, if you will, spreading out along the way. Here's a very interesting tile. Let's see, what do we have here? We're going to probably want to come over here to the water. Now, this is actually interesting. Oh, if it was the opposite, we could have maybe made it work. But we want to take advantage of the fact that this here, we can actually turn this into tracks. So we could actually do that right there, and that could actually line up pretty well for us. Because this water and rail in the same area, I think they'd like to do that. Okay, what do we got here? That's not bad. It gives us another matchup there, for which is good for score. But we do want to kind of extend this. I think what we may want to do here. Oh, this is another. Oh, okay. Here we go. Okay, I think I like this here, or like that. Let's go here. No, let's line up the house. And as long as we can connect this and this at some point, this will all become part of one thing. So let's be patient. Let's be patient with that. Do that there. It's not a perfect. It's going to be loss of a perfect tile, but we do want to get this track turned out this way. So let's take that one while we've got it. Here's another blank. Another blank for us. Where to put the old blanks? Let's, this one works. It doesn't work here anymore. Let's just go here, I guess. Okay, with that. How about out here? Can we get... No, that's unfortunate. We can't get the house and the tree in together. I'm not really into closing that off. What do we have out here for options? Can we get the field? Yeah, we can. The trees in the field lined up, and then a potential lineup for housing on this side. Like that. Looks good. Now we have an interesting one here. I think that the way to use these ones where you got like a terminus track kind of thing is maybe perhaps to actually just leave them on their own somewhere. Because I don't really want to close any of these tracks off. I mean, I guess I could do this. We could close this one off, and then if we just connect this and then connect that out, that's probably okay. There's not really a whole lot going on. Or we could do it the other way, because this would actually give us a matchup here. I'm not sure. This looks like it could be a perfect tile if we do this right. Yeah, let's go like that. And then if we can get a track that goes here into there, then I think that's going to be a perfect tile for us, maybe. So let's do that. We got a nice long river. I want to start to extend this out somewhere. Maybe even grab this. I think this is some sort of a special thing if you get here. Maybe you get a reward for getting to something like that. So I want to get to there if we can. We got this river. Now, do we want to make this river do anything right now? I think we're just going to leave that until it kind of makes sense. We could do something like this. It's going to extend this river. It doesn't match anything up. As per se. I think I'm just going to send this guy out here this way. And we're just going to make a nice long river. Like that. I want to try and extend onto tangents as best we can. So, what do we have over here? Trees. That's not going to work. That could be a thing there. Don't really see anywhere else that things... This could be a thing here, but then we're going to close that off. We don't want that, obviously, so that's no good for us. I think I like this one here. Now this... I'm going to close things off. We don't want... These are all like... These are going to make terminus. We don't want that. Let's see. Can we line up a house. Can we line up the house? No, not there. What else do we have here for options? Don't really feel like anything is lining up out here for us. These ones where there's like 3 or even 4 different edges are really tricky because you're not going to line them up with everything. So then I kind of feel like you just want to leave them out here and just kind of let them just run off on their own a little bit. Maybe we do something like that. I don't want to get in the way of the tracks, the options that the tracks have here, though. Let's do... Well, let's do that. Let's do that. One thing I got to start doing, and I haven't been doing here, I was telling myself, make sure you do it, and I haven't been, is watching the ones that are coming down the line. I kind of just tend to get into the habit of, what's my next tile? Let's take a look. And I think that you can make some things happen by knowing what's coming next. So this one lines up really nicely with 1, 2, 3 sides. I don't think I mean, this one lines up as 2, but I think we're going to go grab this one. We'll kind of finish this little bit off here. We'll continue that. And it actually made a perfect tile. I didn't even notice that. But that actually ended up being a perfect tile right there. That's excellent. Identifying those things is certainly one of those, I think it's just something that comes with time. I've playing it a lot, getting strategies based around different stuff. Anything over here that lines up? Oh, this lines up really well here. Trees and farms. And we can kind of continue that farm pattern all the way down here if we wanted. We do have another heavily housed with a little bit of farm action going next. Maybe we can fit that in here. It's got a river as well. And that's not going to work well for us. How about this river? Does this do anything? Oh, wow. Wait a minute, Mr. Postman. This actually lines up all 3 of these tiles perfectly. There happens to be a little farm here to line up. The housing can continue through the middle. And we've got ourselves a little water tile as well. And maybe we'll just kind of wrap that up as just a kind of a circular little water tile eventually. Oh, and speaking of really nice, convenient tiles, this is going to allow us to... Oh, no! Oh, no! Oh, boy. I accidentally clicked the button. It actually went in a pretty good spot because it actually lined up the 2 sides. But I was hoping to see if it wouldn't fit really well in there. Whoops, my bad. I gotta get in the habit. When I dragged it around, I used the mouse button, and I should be using the middle mouse, because you can, if you're on top of this, then it's gonna place it when you click the left mouse button. But if you're off to the side, you'll drag it like that. And I made a bit of a boo boo, but it actually worked out pretty well. We'll pretend it was on purpose. That doesn't line up too well for us. Let's go up to our village up here. Let's see what we've got. This actually could look pretty good here. Lines up a flat side there and a housing side. Potential double flat there. What about here? If we line up that tree, what does that line up? It doesn't line up perfectly though. Don't want to get obsessed. I keep saying I don't want to get obsessed with the perfect tiles, but I kind of am obsessed at this point, so let's be honest with ourselves. Oh, interesting. So this is going to give us the tile we want, but it's not going to line up perfectly, of course. We could be patient on that, and perhaps this tile here is actually a better idea. I like that. What's this give us here? The biggest thing we want to do here is not necessarily worry about it being a perfect tile, but we just want to make sure we can extend from this section to this section so that we've basically gotten this forest out of here. We're going to be able to complete this. I think I like that. It's fine. I'm not going to worry about it being perfect. I like that it's getting that job done. It actually created this as a perfect tile as well. Let's be happy about that. Let's be very, very happy about it. Oh, we got a nice big housing section here. Let's see. It's got one blank side. We could throw that blank side against this, and then that way we're conveniently on 2, and then this one is 3. I think we like that. I think we like that. Now here is a really interesting tile. +6. All 6 sides, trees. I like the idea of putting it out here more, because if we put it here, then it limits our options for the tile that can go here. And of course, we want to extend this forest out really well. So we don't want to break that up. So I like the idea of putting it like here or here. Maybe this side here. Get our big trees going. We have a blank there. And I see that our third tile out's got 4 blank sides. So if we were to wait until that 4 blank sider, we might be able to make, if we were to make this a blank side as well for this spot here, that would give us really good. Now it's going to make it housing and housing, which is going to make this very difficult, is the only problem. So maybe that's not the best idea. I'm not a big fan of putting that house in the middle of our big forest either, necessarily. We could start this forest up a little bit better. That's another idea right there. That's going to line up. It's going to add... It's not going to be perfect by any means, but can kind of... Okay, I need to not be obsessed with closing areas off. It's perfectly fine that that's an empty spot right now, and it can be an empty spot for another 2 hours. Who cares? Let's go like that. And then this guy can go like that. And this would be the option I was talking about earlier. I'd line up 4, but then I'd have to put housing here and here. And with that river, it's going to be very difficult to accomplish something like that. So we've kind of set ourselves up to just have it sit there doing nothing. We could go like this. This lines up 3 sides pretty conveniently. Like that. Not there. What else? By the way, I wanted to reach out to a couple of people regarding this series. Obviously, Grand T I mentioned in the first one. He got me started on playing this game when I found his channel. And I saw his first look, and I was like, I immediately messaged him. I'm like, dude, I'm totally ripping you off. I'm playing this game. I'm making first look content. It's going to be amazing. Get on board. And he was happy to hear it. Looking forward to seeing what I did, and I hope he's enjoying it. If he's out there listening, you can check his content out in the description below, and also on my YouTube channel. There's a link to his channel as well. I'm gonna put that there. I like it. We have a big forest, so we're gonna put this one out here. Also, I wanted to thank Mr. Kevin Curry. He was very... Oh, I like this. I like this a lot. He was very kind to actually gift this game to me. I happened to mention it during our movie night a couple days ago that I wanted to get into playing this game, and before I knew it, presto, the game had appeared in my gifted Steam section area. So thank you very much for that, Kevin. And for those of you who might be new to the channel, or maybe you're just veterans of the channel, thank you for watching this and supporting my endeavors to spread my wings, if you will, and try to play some new games and hopefully get some support from the YouTube world, so that I can play, a variety of games at times, which I certainly enjoy, as many of you know. We don't want to do that because we got to make that complete at some point if we can. The fields I don't mind. We could do this. This extends the fields, and we can give us an opportunity to connect this and move out. And it will also allow us to continue to spread the wings of that forest. So let's go ahead and do that. So yeah, thank you very much for that support. It does mean the world to be able to. I love to play lots of games, and so the being able to put content on my YouTube channel that can have some degree of success and not be Civilization 6 content would certainly be a dream come true. So thank you for your support there, and be sure to leave some comments down below. Let's line that up, maybe. Leave some comments down below about how you want this particular game and the series that could revolve around this game to look. More or less commentary. I know that there's people out there who are just doing completely no commentary and just letting the beautiful calming music in the background be all the audio that's required. And I don't think there's anything wrong with that at all. So would you like to hear me talk less and just play the game and then interject occasionally? Would you like to just see high score runs where the big goal is just to play and, you know, create the highest score possible? Do you think it'd be kind of cool to that's an interesting idea there. Do you think it would be so? Yeah, just sorry. I'm kind of playing the game and talking to you guys at the same time. Do you think it'd be cool to have like interesting challenges, like, you know, never closing loops or stuff? You know, like if you have ideas, just feel free to drop them in the comments. I'd love to talk to you guys about this game, and certainly you could join our Discord. I'm going to create a channel in there. People can post their high scores and things like that. And I'd like to create some excitement around this game because I really feel like the developers have done an absolutely wonderful job of creating a really fun, interesting, chill, relaxing game that I think so many people are going to enjoy. So, yeah, that's I guess that's all I had to say about that matter. So appreciate you listening. And as we continue on here, I did notice we had this spot out here. Was that the one that we had earlier? And it looks like as we've gotten closer, it's actually started to take shape a little bit, which is very interesting. So I'm really curious about what's going to happen as we move closer to that. I'm also kind of curious about what we're going to do about this, because we've got an interesting track terminus, which we definitely don't want to use on any of the current tracks we have. I mean, I could put it here. No, I can't put it there because of the water. So it's one of those ones where I think you kind of leave it on a tangent somewhere, and just like way out on an edge as far as you can get it, and then hope that maybe at some point you can put it to work. Maybe here's not bad. Maybe here's not bad. So when this track comes through here, at some point maybe this track diverts out. Maybe we'll get one of those split tracks or something that'll make it come out, and then maybe we could use one of those. Maybe use this as a way to end that. Let's go ahead and put it there. That's fine. We could put this here. That's going to be a double match, but it also limits our possibilities here. And I think limiting possibilities is probably the one thing you want to avoid. This doesn't line up there particularly well. We have some trees here. We could do that. It'll line up these trees and give us the possibility of housing on both sides. I don't mind that. I did notice we need to start really concentrating though on. We're trying to be efficient with the perfects, but we also need to finish some of these challenges, because I kind of just been moseying along here, and all of a sudden I've noticed that since the beginning of our video, our tile count's dropped by 50, which is not particularly good. So some of these are probably pretty doable. Try and get these done. Maybe if we could get one track to go here, and we could extend out and finish that pretty decently quick. We do have a housing challenge here. We have another house coming up, so we should be able to get that going pretty soon, because that's all interconnected. That's gonna. The problem with these is that it creates a terminus, right? I don't like that. We could do this here. It'll wrap up this one, but this is just a little guy. We're not going to worry about trying to get that out anyway. And it's a 3-sided, so let's go ahead and do that. A 3-sided perfect, I do believe, is what I meant. Yep. Now this is interesting because it lines up all those sides nicely. but creates a field and kind of blocks off the advancement other than this direction. We could go here, and that's going to line up. Ooh, it's going to make the field go there, but I think we might be okay with that. We could go here as well. Maybe we go like that. Or like this. And then fields could potentially continue that way to connect here. And then this opens up two more sides that housing can go. So this kind of opens up our things and spreads our wings. Oh wait, no, that doesn't connect housing though. Oh yeah, here's where I want it. Sorry, yeah. I was like, what the heck? Yeah, right here, I like. And then that's actually going to complete, or come really close to completing this guy. So that's going to get us some tiles, which would be really, really, really good. We got a 5-sided blank here. Now, we do have a potential perfect tile here. What we could do, we actually have 2 potential perfect tiles here. As long as we put blanks on both those sides. I don't want to disrupt the possibility of another perfect tile. So we could go like this. And then it's connecting on all but one side. The other thing would be to just sit around and wait and hope you get a 5-sided blank with a farm. But what this would actually do here is actually give us 10 tiles. With the... Oh no, wait, the perfects don't give us 5. They give us 1 extra, right? So that would just give us basically 2 tiles back. That's not terrible. We could also put it there, but that's not going to be perfect either. I don't know, guys. This is actually a good spot for it. Blank, blank, blank. Yeah, oh, there we go. Perfect. Let's do that. It makes this perfect, and then we only need 1 more blank to make that one perfect. Now we're talking. We do have coming up in the next one a potential really good tile to get to connect this, which is going to give us options. Problem is if we connect this before we connect this, then this one will go away because this has to be 3 exactly. So maybe we don't want to do that right on the nose. Anywhere with this is going to go really well? I don't think so. No, none of these are any good. We have this guy out here. Could potentially continue to extend that. I don't like to restrict that though. Maybe we just do this, so we can allow this river to continue to just stretch its wings in that direction. Another option would be there. We do have the option to come this way as well and start something. We could go like that. Let's go there. That's fine. Let's not be too picky about it. So like I was saying, if you went like this, it would block this one. We don't want to necessarily do that. So I feel like I want to kind of create an extension where this track can actually come out here. Because the thing is that it would have been also really good for here, but I'm trying to get these things accomplished. I think it's important for us to do that, so... in order to get tiles unlocked. That's not good. What do we got out here? Nothing too fancy at all. Can line that up, but not a big deal. Maybe we just do something. Can we line up that field anyway? Doesn't do very good for us. Let's line up the trees and just continue to move in that direction. Now we have ourselves another one of those 6-sided blanks. In either case, it would work well here. It wouldn't create a perfect tile itself, but it would create other perfect tiles, which I like the idea of. It's going to make these 2 perfect. It's going to make this perfect, I believe. This would become perfect. The only thing it wouldn't do is be perfect itself, or allow this one to be perfect, but that's okay. There we go. 4 perfects and a plus 50. We'll take that. We'll take that. We could have sat around all day waiting for that 1-sided farm and 5-sided blank, and we need to start moving in the right direction tile-wise. Speaking of moving in the right direction tile-wise, we have a couple of farm challenges over here, and we need to spread our wings. Connecting these two would be really good, and that does the trick. And if I went like this, it would line up there well, and maybe so a three-sided positive, and then we could also get another farm out here at some point to continue that. So let's go there. I like that a lot. Again, we don't want to block it off, so that's not going to be good. Let's see, what do we have out here for options? Housing, things seems to want to line up there. There's a house, but that goes to a blank. Maybe. Tree and farm. It's hard to tell what this is. If that's like, it's a really interesting tile. I just don't know how to approach it. Like when we get actually next to it, you know? What do we have in here? Housing lined up. Blank. We could do that. We could do that. This is what happens as you get further into the game. You get more and more options for where stuff can go, and it really starts to take you down a rabbit's hole of, you know, basically going around this massive map and deciding where you put each individual tile. That lines up really well there. Let's go ahead and do that. That lines up on three sides. Now here's a five-sided with the house, and boy oh boy, that was tailor-made for us. We didn't have to wait all day for this one, folks. Bing. 3 more perfect tiles. That is absolutely beautiful. It's really coming along here. Now this is an interesting tile here. This is actually going to give us some really good options. It's going to allow us to potentially extend our foresty area. And potentially add some more farms in this area. This here isn't bad. It will add to this farming section, but yeah, we don't want to put it like this and block it off. So this kind of puts the trees in a spot where you don't really connect that well. We could go like this. We have that little house that never really had much of a chance if we were going to continue this big forest. That connects. No. I like it here, and then we have a nice big farm coming up that we could actually maybe use in there in the next tile out. Oh no, shoot, no, that's not the right one. I was thinking this. We need one that goes across one. So we have a little river, a bunch of trees, and the need to find a place for it. This would be okay. This would actually complete this river by adding this together, which is very nice. It's going to be a +3 because it's got the blank and the 2 rivers, 2 water sides. I like it. It looks nice. Pick that up. Give us some tiles to work with. Now here you can notice we actually have a lot of farms here, so let's make sure we use these properly. This location is really nice because it lines up the blank and the 2 farms. It's going to be adding 3 sides, plus it's going to open up 2 additional spots to add farms to. I really like that. This river's kind of restricting our access here, so we're not going to be able to do a lot there. One option would be to close this off here. We want to get back into the forest anyway, so closing this off here is actually not too big a deal, and it actually lines up that blank here. So I don't mind putting that there. And it's going to finish this. That's going to be more tiles for us to start to feel a little better. We need 10 more there. And this actually works really well because it lines up a blank and opens up a ton of farming area. Really coming together here now, folks. Really coming together now. We've got our waterway. This actually is very interesting because this will line up some more farming for us. It's not perfect, but it'll line up some more farming for us. And potentially give this river some life. The other option would be just to ignore that and come out here and see what we've got to extend our river. I don't mind this. We also have the option to add some farms over here and just get this farm continuing. And then this potentially gives our river life. Don't want to close this off too much though, because this farm potentially has life beyond where it is. Other thing to keep in mind too is that now, like, we've got this little flag and we get 5 tiles if we complete this farm. And so if we, like, when I say complete, I mean like make it so that it's finished and there's no way to extend it. So eventually we're going to want to cut this off before long. Same with the forest for that matter, although we want to do that 298 at some point if we could. But that means that we're going to want to have this farm. We would be nice to extend it out, and so yeah, this farm, like, maybe just leave this farm. Yeah, maybe something like this actually. And then that farm does have the potential at some point. We could also... No, we don't have the farm on the inside. That's not really ideal. Definitely don't want to close it off. Let's go there. It's fine. And then this little guy here... I was thinking about doing right here because we've got 1, 2, 3 blank sides. This is a potential perfect tile if we can ever get one more blank on this side. Let's go there. We've made that perfect, and we just need one more to make it perfect on there. Now here we've got a house. Could go there. Is there any kind of... Oh, that's the opposite of what we need. Then we go here. This is kind of where a lot of our little random, a little bit of blank, a little bit of house, a little bit of farm area is. We got all these little tiny farms popping up. Could go there, some blanks, but it's not perfect. I think this is where we go to try and make some perfect tiles when we really get a chance. Over here, we want to finish this track off, and we've got a really nice tile to do it with. I think we ignore the possibility of making perfect tiles in order to get this thing out of here. The other option would be to bring it up here, but actually we could go there. The only thing is that that limits us to this tile being one of those ones that has like the multi-spring. Basically like a big diversion. We haven't seen one of those in this game yet, but they're there, I promise you. I've seen them. That's a possibility. I think I like it out here though. I think I'm gonna go here and line it up just like that. And then this tile is actually a really convenient way to turn this out, because if we were to go like this, then we could have 2 options for where the train could leave. And just let the train kind of take a life of its own this way. Potentially the river takes a life of its own this way, and the train that way. So we could just double those up. Could also do something over here, but I like to use these near the trains. We could also put it here like the same basically as there. Is you create an option for to either end the train or have the trains continue. I think I'm going to go there. I like the idea of just having 2 of them side by side. Fun little action there. Now we've come across... Oh, we have another challenge. A nice little one, too. It's looking for, what? Oh, 6 rivers. And 6 rivers exactly. Okay, so it's too much because this is all connected. So it's got to go somewhere like here. Or like potentially here. That's actually interesting there, because this is actually... going to allow this river to get going, and we do want to eventually close this off because we do have that flag there. So I'm thinking I actually like this. Yeah, I don't mind that. Let's do that. And then a train right out the other side. Maybe we just continue this out here and just make a run for it. What do you think? Just make a run for it? Let's make a run for it. Boom. There we go. Finish that one off, which is also very good. Lots of trees. Lots of trees. We could potentially go... This is actually kind of perfect because we actually do have a blank here. The farm doesn't connect, but the trees and the blank does. Anywhere else? Trying to find ways to connect this. This isn't too bad. Create some trees, and then we just need a double tree there to connect all of this with the 298. And I do kind of need a way to get that going. There's some trees out here. Oh, actually, trees and house and blank lined up there, and the farms could make its way through. Might have been restrictive to ourselves there, but I don't mind it. Here is an interesting option. Close off the water and create a pathway for the farms to connect. Other option is out here. That's a three-sided connection there. I like that. Do that. And then this guy requesting a 21 plus. That definitely wants to come out here because it'll instantly be finished, I would think, or close to it. Not quite finished, but close. Yeah. If anything, I want this river to turn this way a bit, so we open up the field options. I think it's time to make a run for it with the river again, just like that. Now here's a little bit of one of those tangent type things with the tracks that allows this to connect and to allow it to extend. So I really like that. I'm going to do that right there. I'm not going to let our chance pass us by. What do we got here? Now this is interesting because we can connect two sides, but eventually we know that that farms need to come through there, so that isn't ideal. A lot of forest makes me feel like we need to add it in here. We could go here. That's actually pretty nice. There's a house. There'll be a house here that could potentially add to that, and then the forest will continue that way. By the way, and one more question for you guys, if you want to leave some comments down below about this series and how we can continue to do the things and the stuff, would be, how do you guys like the format to be? Would you like them to be 30 to 40 minute videos like we've done so far? I've seen people who have done like just full-on playthroughs 2 or 3 hours long, and you just want to watch the whole thing straight through. We could potentially do something like that. Maybe a mixture of both. Maybe we just become absolute Dorfromantik content studs and just do all the things. Let me know a little bit about what you guys want to see, how you want this series to kind of do its thing. I'm gonna put that right there. And yeah, we'll have some luck. Oh, by the way, this has to be 2 more exactly, so we're gonna have to be careful here. If we add anything to this right now, we can't add this big guy. Maybe we can start something out here. That's not bad. It's not perfect. Could go like that. Maybe a new village starts here. Maybe a brand new village lives right there. There. Big water tile. Oh boy. What do we like? I like it right there. That's where that lives. Okay, so that's it. I'm going to call it for this episode. It's been a good one. I want to see lots of comments down below from you guys. Let me know what you think about this series. Let me know what you want to see in the future. Be sure to give it a thumbs up if you haven't done so already. It makes a big difference as I try to get that YouTube algorithm to recognize us as Dorfromantik content creators and not just a one-trick Civ 6 pony. So thank you very much for that. And until next time, take care of yourselves. And bye-bye.